Hey, it's Damien Baden, your local real estate agent of Northeast Ohio, and today I wanted to talk about actually setting the list price on your house if you're planning to sell your home. And I want to start off by playing a little game. So, I don't know if you've ever heard these terms, and I'll explain them, but I want you to comment below and tell me what you think is the better strategy. If you're listing your home, should you price it at a lower price to start or mark it up knowing that you're going to mark it down once offers come in? So if you can comment below, and I'll explain both of these a little bit more in detail, but right priced or marked up to mark down would be the two answers. Again, right priced or marked up to mark down, comment below. I'm curious to see what you guys think because most sellers actually mark up to mark down. And what that is basically, let's say that you think your house, well, most sellers think their house is worth more than it is. That might be part of the reason or the main reason they mark up to mark down. But let's say your house is worth 400, okay? But you want to stretch it and see if you can get 425. And you know that a buyer's going to come in, and if they like it enough, they're going to offer something and you're going to get more money for your home. Okay. The other philosophy would be look at the market pricing, what the market is willing to pay, and price your home really, really close to what the closing price would be so it's not marked up. Okay. That would be right pricing your home. So I'm going to talk about this real quick, and hopefully I'm going to see some comments down below. But when you right price your home, okay, it's not marked up to mark down, so that means there's very little room for negotiation, okay? Do you think that that's going to make you get less, and do you feel like you have to still negotiate with a buyer if they offer you a lower price? I'd be curious to see what you say there. The reality is this: when you mark up to mark down, most times you're outside of what people are willing to pay for your home. So it does some damage to your home, and it does some damage to your market time. So when you list your home for sale, one of the things that you need to understand, and understand this very clearly, is buyers are not stupid, okay? If they're looking out in your area where your home is listed, they are already probably very familiar with what things are closing for, or what things are going off the market quickly versus things that are staying on the market, because they're out there, they're touring homes. Hopefully they or their agent is showing them what things are closing for. But when your home is overpriced, the marked up, marked down philosophy, what happens is you stand the chance for your home to sit on the market longer. A lot of buyers are very timid. They don't want to offend. They don't want to upset. So if you're overpriced to an extent that it doesn't even make sense, guess what? They're moving on to the next deal because it's going to be less intimidating, or where they're going to be afraid of insulting or hurting somebody's feelings to offer what is realistically the price, because they're afraid that the seller is either unrealistic, or they're afraid that it's going to be too awkward if they offer $10,000 less because, oh my gosh, we're in a seller's market, something to that extent. So your home will actually sit on the market longer. A lot of times too, let's say that you are the seller that's marked up to mark down, quote, overpriced, and you do receive an offer on the first day that's $10,000 or $15,000 under your asking price. Now you're pissed. You're like, oh, I could get more. I'm going to hold off and not sell this home today. Now, the funny thing is that might be the best offer you ever get because it was realistically priced and somebody actually had the guts to tell you that. But you take it, you look at it, and you say, absolutely not. I've only had my home listed for 1 or 2 days. I'm going to write it out and see what the market says. Well, 30 days later, 60 days later, your home's still on the market. So now guess what? Somebody's sitting there looking at your house and they're thinking, what's wrong with this house? Why doesn't anybody want it? And the reason they don't want it is because it's not worth it. But now buyer perception is there's something wrong with your home. And when there's something wrong with your home, they're not coming in and looking at it anymore thinking how wonderful it is. They're looking for the secrets. They're looking for the boogers. Like, what is wrong with this home and why is nobody buying it, versus the other side of the coin when the home is first listed and everyone's excited to get in, everyone's excited to see it, And here's the thing, when you write price from the start, you don't have to negotiate because it's right priced. You don't have to mark down because it's right priced. And here's the kicker, if the house looks great and it's priced great, it's going to have so much urgency, and this is where homes sell quickly. So I've had somebody even offer me on a personal home of mine. I had it right priced at the market. And when you looked at my listing, it looked like it was a deal from the start because of all the other sellers out there marking up to mark down. They were overpriced from the start. Here I am, because in a buyer's mind, oh, well, I've got to offer $5,000 or $10,000 less. Well, guess what, dude? You don't, because my house is priced right. And the funny thing was, they submitted an offer for $5,000 less than what I was asking for. Funny thing is, I just quickly wrote back the actual price again at full price, and I sent them 3 comps that more than justified what I was asking for. And I said, I understand you want to try to get a deal, but look at the numbers here, dude. It is a deal, and you are paying market value. This home is not marked up to mark down. So if you want to go negotiate on overpriced homes, feel free to go down the street. Don't bother me. And that's the thing. That house sold in 4 days. Like, not a hard thing to do. And if it wasn't such a unique home for the area, it was actually probably one of the less expensive homes in the area it was in, I probably could have sold it the first day. And that's the thing that's the secret, guys. If you mark up to mark down, which means you're overpriced, that's where you see all these price drops. That's where you see all the extended time on the market. That's where you have to pay all the extra mortgage payments. God forbid something breaks in your home and now you're having to fix stuff that you never would have fixed. Paying the additional property taxes. Every day you hold that home when you want to move and you want to go to your next stage in life, that stepping stone into the new home that you're going to be moving into, you're just prolonging the process. And the funny thing is that most people don't understand, when you mark up to mark down, you're going to be inconvenienced. You're going to have to get out of your house every time somebody wants to come see it. Typically it's an hour window, so you're going to leave for about an hour and 20 minutes because you're going to come, leave 10 minutes before they're supposed to show up, 10 minutes after. If it's a busy day, you might be gone all day, and you're going to inconvenience your kids, your animals, your family, like all these things that you don't need to go through. Selling a home is not fun, but yet sellers think that they're going to get more money because they mark up to mark down. Odds are your best offer is typically your first offer. So, and the big thing that people need to realize, the first week or two of listing your home, it's like the honeymoon stage. That's where people want to get the home off the market if it's the right price and you have the urgency and it's already built in to where there's things you can do, or your agent can do to build urgency. But if you can get that home sold in the first week or two, it's a smooth sailing ship, and you're probably going to get a higher price. And that's where you get multiple offers and bidding wars, because now people want to compete to get that thing off the market. So before you list your home, you need to ask yourself, now that you have at least the information that I've given you, does it make sense to price it right, or does it make sense to mark up to mark down? So depending on what you commented below, I'll check that out. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But if you like this information, please hit the like button. Let me know that it was something you found valuable. If it's something that somebody else might find valuable, feel free to share this information with them. But if you would like information more like this, definitely, follow my page and turn on the notifications so you're aware of stuff as it comes out, versus, forgetting about me or everything else that goes on in life because you have so much noise going around you. My goal here is to make you a smarter buyer or seller. Hopefully this video does. I can tell you right now, this video can make you a lot more money if you just listen to the key advice that I did give. I wish you the best and wish you the best of success.